I built and launched an online course in 30 days, which brought in an additional 6 figures in revenue for my business last year. Today, I'm going to break down the process of what that looked like and how I did it. This is the story of how I built T-30 Launch. Hey everyone, I'm Brian McAnulty. I'm the founder of Heights Platform, and I've helped thousands of creators launch their own online courses, but I never really shared what it looks like for building my own. So I'm excited to give you a behind the scenes look of that right now. Now, if you haven't heard of this course before, it's called T-30 Launch, and it's designed to help creators launch their course in 30 days. I'm not here trying to make a video to sell you on the course. In fact, if you subscribe to Heights Platform's Pro Plan, we actually give it away for free. Now, what I want to do is break down the step-by-step of the process of what it actually looked like, of how I built it in those 30 days. The course itself helps creators understand what they should be doing over 30 days to launch their course, but it's not really telling the story of what I did in those 30 days to help generate an additional 6 figures in revenue for my business. Okay, so I'm going to show you inside the course, and then you can get a better idea of what it looks like, of what I actually built. The first thing that I had to do when planning to build this course was figure out the problem that I want to solve for my audience. In my case, I already knew this because my business Heights Platform, we're an online course creation software. I know that many creators struggle with having that idea and figuring out how do they turn that into an actual course that they launch and get sales with. That was the point A to point B of what this course T-30 Launch was designed to solve. Now, the next step after knowing that was to build an outline. And I say this in the course itself, that it's really powerful to start off with an outline to figure out what you may need to create. It's much harder to say like, okay, I'm just gonna talk about this today and then try to start filming something or writing about something, because you don't really have a clear picture of what it is that you have to create. And especially if you wanna get this done in 30 days, you wanna figure out these are all the steps that I need to cover in that point A to point B process, and then list it out. And that's basically giving yourself this task list of the lessons that you'll need to create. There's a lot I could get into here, but without going through the whole course and explaining it all, it's really important also to validate the idea. So I already knew that what I had to share and what I was going to teach would be what people needed, because I'd been helping so many course creators launch their courses already. If you haven't already coached somebody or taught them on a either one-to-one setting or some kind of method to figure out what your audience actually needs to know, then it is important to validate that what you want to teach them is actually what they need to learn. You want to make sure you're answering all of their questions along the way. So you want to get your audience and potential customers involved as early as possible. For me, I kind of already had that, so that helped save me some time, of course. The course itself is 38 lessons long. And once I went to start producing this course, I recorded the videos in OBS using my camera to record into the computer. I used ClickUp for the project management of writing in each lesson and what stage it's at in getting done. And then I had a video editor help with actually editing those videos. And I made it very easy for him by giving him only the good takes of what I did from OBS, as opposed to just saying, hey, here's 20 hours of footage, good luck. If you want to learn more about kind of my process for recording the videos themselves, I've got 2 videos about that already on this channel. One is about the setup that I have. I'm still using the same exact setup today. And 2 is the process of using OBS. So I've got my camera right here on my computer. I click record, then the file is right on my hard drive, and it's always mounted there for my camera. I'm not setting up a separate tripod. The lights are always set up. There's no process involved in having to go through that. And the videos are all there on my hard drive. They go right into a Dropbox, and my editor has them right away. Of the 38 lessons in my course, the last 2 were done as part of a partnership that I formed during this process. So I filmed those last 2 lessons with Noah Kagan, the founder of AppSumo. And if you haven't heard of Noah Kagan, go check out his YouTube channel. He's got almost 1 million subscribers right now. And if you haven't heard of AppSumo, I'd suggest checking that out as well. It's a great place for you to find software deals as an entrepreneur. So I'm going to get into this later, but this is a really important part of how I was able to generate that additional 6 figures in revenue as a result of building this course. The total length of this course is about 2.5 hours, and each of the lessons that I recorded is actually only a few minutes long. This is a really important point to mention because not only is it easier for a creator when you realize that, oh, I don't have to go and make these hour-long videos, I can just record something that's a few minutes long, but it's actually way better for your students when you do this because they want to get that actionable advice to get them to their result the fastest. If you have this hour-long lesson that somebody has to watch, they're going to be bored out of their minds of having to continuously watch these hour-long videos of you talking. I realize that your job as a creator is not to be entertaining your students, but at some point you have to figure out, well, how can I keep them engaged so that way they can have the best chance of success? By purposely creating these short lessons where somebody can sit down and say, all right, I'm going to watch this thing for 5 minutes, and now I've learned something that I can go and implement in the next half hour or so. You could just make one really long video that's this 10-hour video of you talking, but if that's not going to get the student the result, then you're not able to help your students in the way that you want to anyway. Another part of the course was building materials for students to access. So besides the videos that I recorded, we also made some PDFs and worksheets for students to download. Now, there are two reasons why I think this is helpful. One, because of the different ways that people learn. Some people are better at listening to something. Some people learn better by watching something or reading. And some people like to have something that is right there in their hands that they can work with. So in our case, we made an online course naming worksheet, some email templates that creators could use, a value ladder worksheet, and refund policy templates. And what I did is we designed and figured out what are these different things that would be helpful to make worksheets from. And then I had a designer help me to build that. The whole process really didn't take that long, but it provides a lot of extra value to your students. And that is the second point, is that students like to see when you've built these other things besides just the videos. It kind of gives them this feeling that there is more thought put into the whole course that you're building, rather than it just being some video behind paywall. Okay, I bet by this point you're all wondering, where did the additional 6 figures in revenue come from, and how can I make that happen for my course? So when we launched T-30, in the first 30 days, we had over 3,000 people sign up. And you'll remember before I mentioned that with those last 2 lessons that we filmed, we had a partnership that I recorded those with Noah Kagan of AppSumo. And we actually initially launched this course on AppSumo as a promotion, and we'd worked with them before. We'd known them before. That was something that helped. But this partnership is the key. And a lot of creators think, okay, I'm going to launch something. Now I need to build this giant audience, or I'm going to launch something, need to spend all this money on advertising. And those are things that you can do, but you can also leverage other people's audiences. And that is exactly what we did here. We had some of our own audience, of course, but being able to access AppSumo's audience of all these entrepreneurs helped us to get all this extra attention to our course early on. And actually, when we first released the course, we had a promo that it was completely free. We didn't even charge for it. So the additional revenue in this case came from people subscribing to our software, Heights Platform, after having taken the course. In our case, and I think this is an important thing to mention to course creators, you don't always have to make money by selling the course itself. Sometimes the course can be a tool that is going to help you get customers for your service business, your software, or whatever other kind of product that you have. And the lesson here is that online courses allow you to create leveraged income. If you want to see how serious we are about this, go ahead and Google leveraged income, because we are the #1 result for it. This idea of creating leverage means that the impact you make is not directly tied to the time that you have to put into it. At Heights Platform, we are constantly thinking of how we can best leverage our time, because we're a small remote team of a few people, but we're serving thousands of creators in more than 100 countries who are using Heights Platform for their courses, memberships, and coaching, and processing millions of dollars in sales through Heights Platform every year. The reason that I'm making this video is because I'm doing it all over again right now. I'm building another course in the next 30 days, and if you want to follow along, either subscribe here on YouTube, go to heightsplatform.com and sign up to our email list, or join our free community at creatorclimb.com. Now, this new course will not be expensive because it's my goal to help creators succeed so that way they can keep using our software, a Heights Platform. With that said, if you have any questions about building or launching a course of your own, please leave them here in the comments. And again, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until then, check out this next one.